stuff like that. But I enjoy sunrises, so that's why I want to talk about it. But there's a few other little things with the news that I wanted to address in it. I'm not sure what's happening with that boy. What's his name? We got the little fund me thing.
Oh,
Or whatever. He was the one being bullied, but now they stopped his GoFundMe, and I don't know what that's all about. Hopefully, there's nothing illegal in that.
well, the reason why they stopped it is because it was started by someone who wasn't his mother. So they just want to make sure that the money goes to him. So it wasn't stopped for any real controversy. It was just stopped because the money that was raised was going to someone, not the mother.
All right, that was Will. That was Will from Troop It in the AM. He's right here making sure that I can do things right.
And his name is Keaton Jones.
Keaton Jones. That's a good name, though. His name is Keaton Jones, and I don't know why he can have a fund me thing anyways, but that's not for me to know. You know, he got bullied. Maybe he got to pay for a counselor. I don't know. You know, but anyways, that's sad that people take advantage of people's miseries like that. You know, not just because it's Christmas time and people should be just filling themselves up with joy, laughter, and love, but it's not a good thing to do. And then we got the president. He doesn't have egg on his face because his boy lost there to Mr. Moore, because it's what he is now, Mr. Moore. He didn't get his nod for the Senate down there in Alabama. But the president, he regroups fast, and that's pretty good the way that he does these things. So that was a good thing. That was a good thing for him to regroup, because he's going to need it, because they got all these hearings about all his sexual adventures and stuff like that. I don't even know what to call them. Yeah, but I'm conflicted on that. I'm going to really say I'm conflicted on that. Yes, he should be held accountable for these type of actions that he's done. You know, he should be given, and all the people that are bringing forth all these charges against him, they should be able to bring them charges against him, and he should stand accountable for it. And if he's found guilty, then he should have to pay things, but not during his presidency of the United States of America. It's like, I'm gonna speak the words of the millennials. Hey, what about me? You the president of the United States, the president of the country I live in. I want my president's focus on making this country as prosperous as it can be, so that there's some good living and life for me and everybody else. Your actions and stuff, I don't want to have to be the one suffering because in your past you did something dumb. If you did this during your presidency and everything, then you broke the law right now in the present. Go to jail. But if you did this years ago and all this stuff, let's wait till he either loses the next election or he runs and he gets elected and then the term is up. But right now, I don't think it's a good thing for all this type of stuff to be coming out and everything, because he's the president. We went through this stuff already with Clinton. It's like, it's good entertainment, and you can, all the justice warriors out there can say, well, he needs this and he should stand for this and he's not above the law and all these things like that. And I agree 100%. But let's let him be the president of the United States, because that's what he is at the moment. And I'm pretty sure that's a pretty trying position to be in as president of the United States. There's a whole lot of things that his attention needs to be sharp on, And not to say that he shouldn't be worried about the repercussions of his acts, but all these kind of things just floating around. I'm sure that could wear on you after a while. I want him sharp. You got taxes now trying to get passed. That's going to affect everybody, folks. That tax bill, or however they're putting it out, it's not conducive to the way that society's going. So it's really going to affect everybody. The people in the big chairs with the higher money, Yeah, they're going to benefit from it. The people who don't have jobs, and they're not going to be able to create jobs for you. There's no kind of trickle down out this thing because there's no labor for the labor force to go into. So it's like, okay, there's no middle class. The middle class is going to be broken down. You're either going to be rich or you're not. That's that's the way of the progress of the world. This is what's going to happen. So I want his attention to be on that so that people don't suffer. You know, I don't really understand the economic situation that well, but that's particularly where I want my attentions to be, and I want the president's attention to be on that. Not worrying about, oh, I got to listen to this and I got to respond to this because he likes playing on the on the Twitter. He really enjoys that, and that's okay. I'm sure Roosevelt, FDR. I'm sure if there was Twitter and Facebook, he'd have been all over it. I ain't even got a doubt in my mind. He'd have been all over Twitter, Facebook, and all these things. It just wasn't available to him at the time. He had firehouse chats that he did on the radio because that's what was the communicational entertainment source at the time. And he'd do firehouse chats for about a half hour. We're kind of lucky that Trump just does 25 or 50 credits or what do you call it, characters and stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's a little bit better than a half hour sitting down there and preempting all the shows so that you have to listen to the president, because he'd do that if he could. But Roosevelt did that. So, Kennedy used to pop on every once in a while. So this isn't new. It's just the thing that's new is the way the communications are today. And so I'm sure that he had fun. So I'm not saying, lighten up on him, or I'm not saying that anything about the women or any of these things like this. I'm just saying he's the president of the United States. Table this motion for a while, and when he's not the president, lock him up. If he's guilty, he gets locked up. If he's innocent, then, if you want to play all the entertaining games of all these things like that in the tabletop coffee shop type of conversations with your friends, fine. But not now. He needs things to do. There's gloom on the horizon. We're looking at an army that's out there that's overpowered. There's a lot of economic spending with the military. There's a lot of posturing by other countries starting, making war and stuff like this. War could happen, big war. Mm-hmm. Totally could happen at any minute because it's just the way everything is looking right now. So it's like he needs to be shot. Because he's still the commander-in-chief of the military, so he needs to stay shot. And we got to let him be shot. We have to stand behind the president. Whether we like him or not, that's irrelevant. We don't have to like him. We don't have to go to his house for Christmas or have him come to our house or anything like that. Definitely don't have to vote for him for the next term. But we do have to stand behind him, And if he's making real bad decisions and stuff like that, then we have to get rid of him. But, for something that he may or may not have done years and years ago and stuff like that, it's like, not yet. You just table that for a while so that Trooper Joe can have a safe and lovely life here in the United States of America. And then Trooper Joe can watch sunrises. Yeah, you like how I did that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what I want to talk to today is about sunrises. Mm-hmm. Everybody likes sunrises. I don't think there's anybody out there who really doesn't like sunrises. I don't know if people appreciate sunrises and what the pleasure that you can really get from them. But, they're really cool. I like sunrises. I get to watch them every morning. I watch them twice. I like watching them on the one side where the sun comes up over the horizon and the colors are all changing. They're like from purple to reds, and then they go into kind of orangey yellows and stuff like this, and they just start to come up. And I like that. That's what I'm watching. I watch that part of the sunrise with my eyes. Yeah, because I just kind of like looking at it, and I like seeing the colors change and stuff. And I like seeing, and then I like seeing, because when that's happening, the rest of the world starts to come alive too. I see birds start to be flying by and stuff like that. Yeah, and it's I just enjoy it. It's kind of relaxing, and it's kind of cool because I'm waking up. You know, so when I'm waking up, I just like that. I don't do them every morning. Now, don't get me wrong. I just sunrise coming. I gotta get up, go get to the window, look out there, watch the sunrise. No, not every morning, but when I get up and it's happening, I just like taking that minute and reflecting on that sunrise with my eyes. And like I said, that's how I watch that part with my eyes. And then I watch it also, that same part with the colors and these things with my ears. You know, I can hear the birds drive me crazy in the morning anyway. They're making all this noise out there. I don't know what's up with nature getting up so early. You know, you can hear the little birds chirping sometime, you know. And then at least in my place, the wind, I like the wind when it kind of rustles through. I like the wind actually better when it rustles through the trees without leaves. It makes more of a kind of a rhythmic type of sound and everything. And then with the sunrise, just the color changing and stuff, it's kind of cool. And the birds and all those kind of noises like that. Later on, it gets, a little, after the sun is already up, it gets chaotic. You get the cars, and you get the sounds of trucks coming, and all these other sounds like that. But just when that sunrise, it's all natural. It's all pleasant and peaceful and given to you for free. God says, here, here's some sunrise. Watch this, and hey, listen to the wind. Sounds cool, huh? And, so that's the part I listen to it. That's the part of the sunrise that I watch with my ears. And then those two together are the part that I watch, with my heart, because you get yourself into this mind kind of place, and this mind kind of setting everything, just seeing all this stuff that's wonderful. It's more than wonderful. It's powerful, and it's scary because I can't do it. I can't create a sunrise. I can hardly even describe a sunrise. That's what's so powerful and scary about it. These are one of the. Everybody know about them. Everybody enjoys them, but nobody can replicate them. It's like that's powerful. That's powerful, and that's just given to us like that for free. And this makes me feel good, and this makes me want to say, now, what can I do good today? I always like saying that. What can I do good today? When I see the sun, because there's just so much beauty and so much peace and so much calm going on right before the day turns hectic. Right before that, I got all that. And it's like so still too, It's a still kind of thing too. Even though there's all this energy and all this movement going on, and all this real noise going around, it's not chaos. It's a still kind of noise. There's rhythms to it. There's music in it. It's really cool. At least for me anyway. It's cool, and it makes me want to think about what I can do, that's good and stuff like that there. I may not go out I don't go out trying to seek out, there's a person, let me be good to them, or any of these things like that. No, it's like if a good comes by my way, I'm ready for it. Because, I've been primed. This is an archangel kind of precursor, to be primed so that you don't miss an opportunity to receive the privilege of doing something for somebody else. And that's what I think sunrises really give, at least for me. You know, they give me that opportunity to be primed and ready so that when that privilege does arise, I'm right there for it. You know, I'm already full of feeling good because of that sunrise. So maybe people can watch sunrises like that. What else I wrote down about the sunrise? Because there's so much. So like, yeah, that's like the importance of it. That's like the importance of it for an archangel. Is that priming sense, that sense of inner peace and calm that everybody keeps looking for. We're gonna talk a little bit later about meditations and stuff. I'm gonna read this thing to you from this guy Thomas Merton, Thoughts in Solitude. I like reading thoughtful type of things and philosophical type of things. I don't believe them all, you know. I don't take all of them into mind. I just like going through them. But we're gonna look at that in a little bit. So you know, archangels, you know, it ain't easy to be an archangel. It's not easy, man. There's a whole lot of different things that you got to go through, and if you watch the sunrise, you can prime yourself to be able to appreciate the feeling, the privilege, the joy in doing something for someone else, and you can get all that just by looking at a sunrise in the morning. You know, maybe some people can get it from a sunset. They may like sunsets, you know. You know, I think sunsets are more reflective, though. You know, these are things where I think sunsets are something that you can actually share with somebody. I think the best way to watch a sunset is with your arms around someone you really love. You know, you just be holding them and you're letting all that feeling that you got good all that day, you're just transferring it to the other person. It's like, here, take all this love and stuff like that. You know, I got you. Because the sunset's going into darkness. You know? Especially if you're a guy, you know, you put your arm around your honey and stuff like that. And it may not be true, it may be true. That's just like you can get that sense of that you know, yeah, I'm still the primitive man. Well, I'm still the protector of the hunter-gatherer society. I'm still the man that all women, they look, I believe anyways, and you know, they find within their man their protector, and watching the sunset kind of is something reflective of that. That's more for you, you know, that reflection and stuff like that, just at you. Because the day's ending. So, not that you're still not ready for doing something that, you know, if it comes up to some kind of good to help somebody. But now, like I said, you get to feel as though, yeah, I'm still the primitive protector. That's right, honey, I got you. That darkness coming, and, I ain't got no problem with that. I got a flashlight. You know? So you just turn the light on and you're good to go. It's like, don't worry, I got you. Put your arm around your honey. She can feel secure and safe and warm because she's with her man. You know, and that's what I think about the sunsets. And like I said, they're great, but they're not as powerful as the sunrise. So, you know, people, you need to get out there and see some of these sunrises. And they're all different, too. They're all different. A sunset, I mean, the sunrise in the rain is still a sunrise. It's still coming up. Things are starting to be bright. And then the sounds. You more hear that sunrise than you visualize that sunrise, because you hear the rain beating upon the roof and stuff like this, you know, as it turns from darkness to light and stuff like this, and it's kind of cleansing feeling, or it's just like I said, you can't describe a sunrise. I'm really trying to, but you really can't. Well, and with the snow too, the snow comes with a whole different kind of rhythmic type of interaction with the world than with rain. You know, the rain is kind of harder beat to it. You know, it's got more bass. You know, hitting on the wood, and the snow doesn't really have that bass, but it's got more of a whistling type of sound sometimes. You know, it's kind of kind of really cool to hear the snow. I don't like the snow. Then I gotta go move it. When the sun comes up, I gotta go move the snow now. So I gotta go shovel it. But while I'm watching the sun come up with the snow coming down, and just listening to it, like I said, watching it with my ears, it's really cool. It's really cool. It really makes you feel good and stuff. And it really gives you that spark, that thing to go out there and move that snow. So yeah, 'cause you still gotta do the work. You just can't stand around all day waiting for another sunrise. hmm Yeah, and sunrises after they give you an opportunity, that opportunity to when you're going out there, you like I said, you're not seeking opportunities to do good. You're just allowing opportunities to do good come to you. And then you're feeling all this goodness that's all around you and everything. So when you see somebody, you'll recognize it. You'll see people that you know. And you'll say, hey, how you doing? And have a little conversation. How's your kids? You'll be knowing them by their name and stuff. And this all brings about communication because you feel good. You feel good that you're engaged with nature. You're engaged with something that's so powerful that you can't do it, and that's powerful. You can't do it. You can't replicate it. We can clone people and make new people and stuff like that. We could even make it from scratch if we want to. We can put all those aminos together and probably try to make something. I don't know how well it'll be, but you can't reproduce that sunrise. Yeah, you can try all you want, but it's not the same because there's no two sunrises that's the same. They all come different. And with that difference, they all bring a different sensation of feeling towards you. So you can't reproduce it, and it's free, and it's something that you can just enjoy. It's not long, it's not long, but the lasting effects of it run long. They run all day long. Even if you don't want them to, you still feel good. You feel a lot nicer than if you didn't see a sunrise. It's like it's just that powerful. Or if you didn't hear a sunrise, you didn't feel. There's more things you can add to it. You can be out there in the summertime and just feeling the sun, feeling the change. You can physically feel all those things like that happening. Yeah, and hearing the world come alive. And you can go to places and get different exposures to sunrise and stuff. So, I mean, I just had to talk about that because the world right now, that's why there is ArchAngel of Return to Chivalry. The world is in such a place of chaos and everybody just running around and it's all about me and everybody's hectic and nobody's slowing down and banging into each other. I mean, we had a terrorist attack in New York just yesterday, day before. And I'm not condoning terrorist attacks. But if you saw the terrorist attack, if you saw the people, right? You saw it on the news. I don't even know if they showed it on the news that much because it really showed what the culture of the United States is all about, at least New York City. The guy blew up. Some people didn't even blink. They just were so engaged about going about their day that, he blew up, and they just kept walking. It's like, really? And we become that so inward thinking about ourselves that people can blow up around us and it has no effect. They need to watch a sunrise, folks. They need to watch a sunrise. That was the strangest thing I ever saw. I'm glad nobody really got hurt and everything. But, there was 4 other people hurt. And that's the extra sad part about it. The comical part, like I said, was that we became so callous and we became so important, self-important to ourselves that people actually like and just kept right about their business and stuff. They didn't run, they didn't duck, they didn't do anything. They just continued on with their lockstep type of motion while somebody blew up and 4 other people got hurt. I mean, that was a opportunity. An archangel would have been right there to try to help out. Even the guy who blew up, he tried to help him out. It's like that's what they do, or at least run. Get out of harm's way. But we've seemed to lost touch with the world. That we think that the whole world revolves just around us. And the most important things in the world are the things that we do, just us. That's it. We're not going to help people. We're not going to pay attention to somebody. We don't have that time. I have to get to point B from point A. This is where I'm going. And literally, if you blow up I'll go around you and I'll keep going. And that's we need to change that, folks. That's really not a comfortable way to live. But it was amazing for me to do that. And sunrises give you the opportunity to change that. Yeah, they really will. They really will. They really will put you in a state of mind where you can actually enjoy life. It's just like they used to say, go, smell the roses and stuff. You don't have to smell the roses. The scent will come there. But sunrises will give you an opportunity to at least become aware that if somebody blew up, there's something going on and you should take some kind of measures, whether it's to help somebody who needs help or get out of harm's way, to do something, not just stay in your little itty bitty corner of the universe and continue on your way in a lockstep motion. That I feel like that must hurt. That's got to hurt. That's so rigid. It's kind of chafe, anyways. I know it's chafing, but yeah, that's bad. Well, I'm gonna take a little bitty break here, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna see if I can read to you because my throat's actually hurting. So I do have a cold, and I do appreciate all the prayers and love that everybody's been sending out to help me get rid of this cold. I know you're doing it. I know it. I know when you say your good night prayers and you say, God bless Troop and help him get over his cold. And I really do appreciate that there, because, without it, hey, I wouldn't be able to get over this cold. All right, I'm going to pay a few bills, I guess. And then we'll be right back.